I had just gotten off the phone. It was an Arab lady telling me in her thick Arabic English accent that I had to appear in front of the court because there had been new cases filed against me. I said okay, calmly, but my brain started to explode. I started choking, my body started shaking, my heart started racing. I couldn't breathe. I thought this chapter had closed forever, but it's back again, haunting me. Why is this happening? Why am I attracting this mess all the time? Can I predict my future? What's wrong with the way I'm manifesting? I desperately wanted to delete my memory, but I couldn't. What do I do?
The answers to all of these questions is what we will be discussing in today's video. It's going to be a long one, so get some snacks ready, take a break if you want to, but make sure you watch till the end because this is going to change your life. I'm Tanya Stanley and welcome back to my channel. As Joe Dispenza says, most people, when they wake up in the morning, the first thing that they do is they think about their problems. Why am I broke? Why am I divorced? Why am I a single mom? Why am I in such a position? The problem with thinking about the past is if you keep thinking about the past, you are going to invite your future to be a rerun of your past, meaning your future is going to look exactly like your past. Now that is a problem. Why can't I stop thinking about the past? The past has happened and we are 100% sure of it, which is why it's easier to think about the past than the future, which has not happened and it's unknown. And the unknown evokes fear in people. It makes them anxious. So people stop thinking about the future and instead they keep thinking about the past. But what everyone forgets is that exciting and adventurous things happen in the unknown. In what you don't know is where all the fun lies, which is why you need to stop fearing the unknown and embrace it. Esther Hicks calls these contrasts. What are contrasts? Contrasts are, let's say you expected something, but what happened was not as you expected. So there is a contrast. And Esther asks you to embrace these contrasts because contrasts make you realize what you don't like and what you actually like. For example, a friend of mine, he wanted to live in minivans. He fantasized about living in minivans and traveling around the country within the truck. What is it called? It's called a minivan, right? Or a truck. What happened was something happened. He couldn't find a place to stay and he had to live in a minivan for 1 or 2 days. Within those 2 days, it made him very clear that he absolutely hated minivans because it was very fine to use the restroom. You have to wait in queues early in the morning to go to some coffee shop to go and use the restroom in the morning. You need to buy something to go to the coffee shop and also you cannot cook any meals. So this situation made him realize why minivans were not exactly her thing. And this is what contrasts mean. Dr. Joe Dispenza calls our life or our manifestations, our vision boards as experiments. We are experimenting with what we want. You might think that you want $1 million in your bank account, but when you get it is when you realize, I probably didn't want it. I probably just wanted simple tranquility in my life. And this is what the beauty of life is. You get to experiment and you get to create what you want in life. You are the creator. A lot of the people fail to realize that every single thing that has happened in their past, be it good or bad events, were all because they wanted it to happen subconsciously, and that's how they attracted it into their lives. Is there a way to predict my future? Of course there is. The best way to predict your future is to create it and then attract it into your life. Who knew we could go to the moon? But we did, right? I still don't understand how we went to the moon. You need to know physics about it. But that being said, how did we end up going to the moon? It's because somebody created it and visualized it. It may not have happened in his lifetime. It may have happened lifetimes after his or generations after he manifested it in his mind. But it did happen. And that is because we created it. That's how you can be very, very sure about your future. You first create it and then you attract it into your life. So the question comes, how do I attract what I visualize into my life? That is where the law of attraction comes into the picture. According to the law of attraction, that which is like unto itself is drawn. What does this mean? Sadhguru calls this as a wishing tree. So there was a great story that he explained on YouTube where he says that there was once a farmer who was walking through the forest. It was really sunny and he was really thirsty and really tired. He saw this nice big shady tree and he decided to get some rest under the shady tree. He went and sat down there and then he thought to himself, I wish there was a nice jug of cold water. Suddenly, that nice jug of cold water appeared. And he was like, wow, amazing. So he took the jug of water and he gulped it down. And then he thought to himself, I wish there was this nice big feast of really tasty meals. Guess what? A big feast of really tasty meals appeared. He had it, his stomach was full and he was satisfied. Then he thought to himself, I wish there was lots of gold and treasures in front of me. Guess what happened? Gold and treasures appeared in front of this farmer. And then he thought to himself, gold and treasures? What if bandits come and they want to take all of these treasures and golds and they kill me? Just as how he predicted, bandits came, killed him, and took all the gold and the treasures. This is exactly what law of attraction is. The farmer was sitting under a wishing tree. Whatever the farmer wished for, created in his mind, became a reality. And the wishing tree doesn't know if what he's asking for is good or bad. Whatever he asks, the tree gives it to him. That's how it works. To explain a little bit further about law of attraction, the universe is abundant. All the wealth, the knowledge, wisdom, everything that you see is abundantly available in the universe, right? There is no lack of it. However, all of that abundance is vibrating at a certain frequency. And for you to attract that abundance into your life, you must be vibrating at the same frequency as well. Just like how your radio works. Your radio is the receiving end and you have the station that is at the transmission end. Both the frequencies have to match for the radio to receive what the transmitter is sending. In the same way, all the abundance is available in the universe. But for that to come to you into your life, you must be vibrating at that frequency and you must be holding yourself at that vibrational harmony in order to attract that abundance into your life. Joe Dispenza explains vibrations from a different angle. Let's say you are thinking about your problems all too often. You're constantly stressed out. You are anxious, you're panicking, your heart beats faster. When your heart beats faster, it is vibrating at a certain frequency and that frequency is higher. Your heart is beating now incoherently, meaning not in sync. Incoherently meaning it's just like how a bunch of different drums who are trying to play but they're not in sync. That's called incoherence. So when your heart is beating incoherently, your vibrations are also at that sort of a frequency. Your vibrations extend up to 3 meters of magnetic field. And this is why when you approach certain people, you talk about, I don't know, I'm not getting a good vibe from this person. You know why you're feeling that way? Because that person is vibrating at a frequency that does not match yours, which is why you're feeling uneasy. In such situations, what you need to remember is to remove yourself from that situation. If you feel uncomfortable in front of somebody else or in somebody else's presence, just remove yourself from it. You don't need to attract that frequency and affect your vibrational coherence. If we concentrate on something long enough, then we can get more clarity on that particular topic and we can make that our reality. But the problem is that we are stimulated by so many things and most people do not concentrate on one particular thing for long enough to attract that into their life. All of this information around us is making us more confused than giving us clarity, which is the big problem. And this is where vision boards come into picture. Explain it a little further. When you feel healthy, you attract more health into your life. When you feel prosperous, you attract more prosperity into your life. There's also another quote that says, success breeds more success. In the same way, haven't you noticed that when something goes wrong, suddenly every single thing goes wrong? Even the things that you know would never go wrong starts going wrong. Because how you feel is your point of attraction. The way you feel will attract more things of similar feelings. You must be deliberately choosing your point of attraction so that you can change your current circumstances. Even if things are going wrong, instead of concentrating and focusing on the things that is going wrong, if you start focusing on the things that is going right in your life, that becomes your point of attraction, and you will attract more prosperity, wealth, or whatever you focus on into your life. I know this is hard, and that's why vision boards come into the picture. This is also mentioned in the Bible. Blessed are those who don't see but believe. So what exactly is the science of vision board? As Tiago Forte says in The Ways of Knowing, your brain is wired for delusion. You experience an elaborate world of your own creation, which is held in check by bits of sensory input. Once your predictions are correct enough, they filter your perception and determine what you're able to see in the first place. When we start to think about something in vivid details, the brain thinks that this has happened, and the brain believes that that is your reality. And when the brain believes that that is your reality, your focus will go more on that reality, on those opportunities. Things that you would have missed otherwise will start opening up to you. New opportunities, new doors, better friendships, better relationships, those start coming to you. You know, when you think about, oh, why do all men cheat? Why are all men cheating on me? You start going behind men who in general cheat. But if that has happened one time, you forget about it and you start thinking about the right kind of guy, the guy who's going to take care of you, take care of your family, your kids, who's stable, who is emotionally available. You start focusing on those kind of men when you come across them, instead of the other kind that you want to avoid. Which is why, again, you need to deliberately focus on your point of attraction. But why is it that my vision boards don't work? Or why is it that when I try to manifest something, it just doesn't happen to me? Why is it happening to everybody else? That is because your attention must be on it rather than the lack of it. For example, I don't want to be broke. I want to be financially secure. I don't want to be alone. I want the perfect relationship to come to me. I don't want to be sick. I want to be healthy. I don't want to be fat. I want to be sexy and healthy. If you take a pause and watch what you're thinking, you can predict where your life is headed. The reason why you haven't already gotten what you want is because you're holding yourself at a vibrational pattern that does not match the vibration of your desire. So if you're feeling anxious or angry or stressed out, change it. You have the power to change it. Go for a movie, go for a funny movie, go out for a coffee, or go meet a friend that makes you laugh, put some loud music, just get up and shake your body, go work out, but change the vibrational pattern. The third reason why this has not happened yet is because you are missing a couple of steps. You could say that you're on the verge of manifestation when it seems like the next logical step. But if it feels too unreachable and too far off, you are still not at the point of manifestation yet, but you will get there. Alright, now let's get started with creating our vision board. Take this process slow, okay? Enjoy the process, don't rush into it, because you are creating your future. If it's going to take some days, let it be, but make sure that it is done properly. Enjoy the process. Take a book. So first, you're going to start by taking any notebook, and we're going to create 2 columns. The first column, so on the first column, you're going to write intentions, and the second column, you're going to write elevated emotions. This together is the electromagnetic field in which you want to vibrate at. Under intentions, write down about all the things that you want to happen. For example, let's say you want a good job. So what are the things that you think would happen after you get this amazing job? Write them all down under intentions. For example, freedom to travel around the world, more money to buy everything that you want, having a team working under you. Now, under elevated emotions, write down the feelings that it would evoke in you when you get these things. For example, the thrill of getting new opportunities, the happiness to be able to do all of these things just like how you had dreamt of, the satisfaction, excitement, peace, contentment, etc. Think about all the different areas in your life such as health, career, wealth, relationship, experiences, and then mention clear intentions and the elevated emotions on the left and the right hand side of your column. Now is the tricky part. Now your job is to raise your energy levels and your vibrational levels to match the exact same feelings that you had mentioned on the right hand side. When your elevated emotional level matches the exact same emotions that you had mentioned on the right hand side, that is when you can say you are vibrating at a frequency that is matching the desire, meaning your point of attraction is now aligned. One of the reasons why practicing gratitude out of all the emotions that you had mentioned is the most powerful is because when you practice gratitude, or when you are feeling grateful, you're feeling grateful because you received something that you wanted to happen, right? That is the highest level of emotion that you can achieve. So if you're already feeling grateful about what has happened in your life, you are going to attract more of the same things, which is why we keep seeing everyone talking about practice gratitude. Wake up in the morning, write down the 3 things you're grateful for, or write down the 1 thing that you're really grateful for. Why? That's how you practice gratitude. That's how you can vibrate at those feelings of gratitude at all points of time. Now, what if I don't know what I want to put on my vision board? It's very easy. Before the steps that I mentioned on how to create your vision board, you're going to have a step before that. So start by listing down all of the things that you don't want in your life. I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be broke. I don't want this job. Write them all down. Write down the opposite of that in the second column. That is your clear intentions. And then what happens with the elevated emotions? Follow the rest of the process just like how it is. On Pinterest, what you could do is search for what does being healthy look like. It could be healthy meals. In that case, you could choose any of those images and add it to your pin. It's going to be Vision Board 2023. I have saved it. In the same way, go and choose career goal. So somebody that is so busy and they're traveling and working. Sounds like a fun stuff to add to the vision board. Maybe you're traveling. Travel. Okay, so you have this image and save. Once that is done, go to your pins. So here, all your images will come up. Now, one of the things that I did when I was creating my vision board and pinning images was that I kind of made sure that all of them had the same aesthetic. A lot more beige colors, beige, white. These are calming colors. Even in the video that you see too, it's more of beige colors. I love beige, I love white. So that is what you see. So anything, for example, this particular image in here, it doesn't exactly match my aesthetic. It's got these green. I don't want the green. So I would download those kind of images because that's how I have as my mood board. I want my YouTube videos as well to come looking out like that as well. Once you have finalized on them, you could simply download the images by clicking and downloading it. Every single picture that you download on Pinterest should be something that you really, really love. Don't do it for the sake of doing it and to just get it over fast and put up a vision board. No. Make sure you really love those pictures, and every time you wake up in the morning and see these pictures, it should evoke a certain excitement and a thrill to attract that into your life. So when you click the link that I have put in the description, and then in upload, you're going to take pictures that you had uploaded. So if it says upload files, then all the pictures that you had downloaded from Pinterest will be put up on here. This, for example, a random image. You take that image, and if you open it, it will come up in your uploaded files, in the images. Click on that, drag it, and put it into each of these images in here. So in this way, change every image that you see on the template to match the images that you had downloaded from Pinterest. Simple words in here: consistent, new memories. If you double click on that, you could start typing on it first. And then once it is done, click on share, download, and it's already going to be in PNG, which is good enough, and then click on download. By the way, when you're making the vision board, don't judge yourself for whatever you put on it. I made the mistake of it. I was just divorced and I wanted to put up this picture which shows me with somebody and my child. And I was really terrified of my mom and my sisters finding out what's on my vision board. What if they judge me for it? I lied about it. I said, I just couldn't find a picture with just mom and the baby, and it just looked sad. But the reality was manifesting it. I wanted to put it on my vision board. And after a few weeks of seeing the same picture every day when I wake up, I was like, why not? What's the big deal? It just started becoming less shocking and more like, sure, why not? Now it's not like a big deal anymore. So don't judge yourself about what you put on the vision board. Maybe you want $1 million. Maybe you want just $1,000. It doesn't matter. Put it on the vision board. Forget what the world thinks about and dream about it. Get thrilled about it. All right. So now you guys are ready with your vision board. I want you to remember this one thing. Being defined by a vision of the future instead of the memory of the past means that you're ahead of your time. And the longer you linger in gratitude, the more you're going to attract your future towards you. If you've been able to gain value out of this video, then do make sure to subscribe to my channel, as it would really help my channel grow and encourage me to post a lot more videos. I will see you again in the next video. Bye. To you. There's just too many props in this house. I don't know what to do with it. Seriously.